Trump administration is sticking to its promise to unleash American energy. The contrast between the previous administration and this one is quite frankly nothing short of remarkable. Where the Biden administration tried to bottle up American energy and make us dependent upon other nations, well, the Trump administration is doubling down, doing actually more than what they did in the first administration. And this is taking place through multiple executive orders that were signed this month. The president is focusing on freeing up the energy industry and strengthening our electric grid. One of the areas he's focusing on is coal, clean energy. So how might these presidential actions actually affect you as it affects the economy? Well, here to discuss this, Ken Blackwell, FRC Senior Fellow for Human Rights and Constitutional Governance, and actually Ken has worked in the coal industry as well. Ken, welcome back to Washington Watch.
Hey Tony, good to be with you.
Well,
I tell you, we're getting ready to get this economy and this energy apparatus on the move again.
Well, I thought you might be joining with your little coal hat on, with your light on the front of it. But I know you have extensive experience in the coal industry. How significant, first off, let's start with what the president did as it pertains to coal, and then let's talk about how that's going to affect energy in this country.
Well, essentially what the president understands is that we have well over 300 years worth of coal right here within the confines of the United States. We know how to use it and use it in clean and effective ways. What the president understands is that we got to unbottle, unknot the regulatory red tape. We in fact have to regain energy dominance. And it will do a couple of things. We want to push the dominance in terms of data and data generation. We have about 5 new operations coming online, and that's going to have a real energy demand. What the president understands is that we need to be able to fuel that demand ourselves, and we can do it with our coal and gas supply. And so he's unlocking the knots of red tape that really hinders us, and we're going to be on the move. We want to create jobs. We're going to drop the prices of gas at the pump, and you know what? We're going to be able to drop the cost of food, because a lot of what we do in this country in terms of agriculture really is tied into our energy supply.
Yeah, I don't think people realize how everything really kind of comes back to energy. I mean, energy is kind of the hub, and everything else is the spokes coming out of that hub. And when you lower that core cost of energy, you're going to bring down the cost of other things. You're going to allow for economic expansion. But I want to address something. You talked about how the technology and using coal in a clean way. That's the first thing the left says. This is a part of that red tape that was put in place by the previous administration was because of their global warming. They're just fixated with that, just kind of like the LGBTQ stuff. Talk about the technology that's out there and how we've made so many advancements in cleaning our air, and that how we can use this coal, and it's not going to be affecting the environment as they are trying to scare people into thinking.
No, by anybody's standard, and compares to our major nemesis, China. China is the worst violator of any clean energy standards in the world, and the left seems to be ready to capitulate to them. We've put in place over the last 30 years the technology that actually helps us keep our air clean, and it helps us to clean the coal as we use it to fuel the economic expansion that the president is looking for. Look, at the end of the day, we are not only the smartest population on the face of the earth, when we in fact are given incentives, we're the hardest working population on the face of the earth, and it has not been accidental that we're the world's economic leader. And President Trump is making sure that we become more muscular, not more puny in an economic sense, as we gain dominance once again as the world's leading independent producer of energy. We don't just we want to be energy dominant, and we have the natural resources and the brain power in this country to do that. And when given a chance and given the incentives, we have a workforce that is just as hardworking as any on the face of the earth.
You know, at the end of the last Trump administration, we were actually exporting oil. We were in that position of energy dominant. How long is it going to take we've got less than a minute left, but how long will it take for us to see the engine revving again after these executive orders have been signed and the red tape removed?
I think by this time next year, it will be very clear that we're on the path of energy dominance once again. It's in our national security interest. It is in Europe's interest that we, in fact, not push them to a point where they're dependent on Russian oil and energy sources. This is a comprehensive strategy to get our economy moving, building jobs, and building a national security apparatus that's in the interest of our national safety and our people's well-being.
All right, Ken Blackwell, we're going to leave it there. I'll see you at the pump. Thanks so much for joining us.
All right, Tony.